Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Hyundai of Trenton to take a look at a brand new 2023 Hyundai Santa Cruz. This is the SEL premium trim in Phantom Black, so let's dig in. All right, taking a look at the front end of this Santa Cruz in Phantom Black. I love the way they do the daytime running lamps that look like it's part of the grille on either side of the car. Then we have the brushed aluminum look on the grille with that Hyundai badge. I think it looks really, really great. And I think it's a great design cue with those daytime running lights mixed in with the front grille. Flat black underneath, which makes sense since this is Hyundai's small little pickup truck. We have LED lighting all over the car, LED daytime running lights, LED headlights, LED turn signals here on this Santa Cruz. All right, what are we doing here? Wheel and tire setup on this Santa Cruz. We have a kind of like this gunmetal gray or flat black, satin black wheel with the silver accents, standard brake and rotor package on this one. And tire size, we have all season tires, 245 on the width, a 60 series sidewall, 18s, all four corners, all-wheel drive. All right, full side profile on the Santa Cruz, and it doesn't exactly look like a pickup truck. It looks like a car that has a bed on the back. It's lifted. It's got great style, I think, compared to the competition, which in this case would be the Ford Maverick, which is definitely a utilitarian-styled pickup truck. This one's got some flair. It kind of reminds me back in the day where you saw the Subaru Brat, you saw the Chevy El Camino. It's got that style of a car, but yet the usefulness of a bed in the back. I really like how they did this style. I really like how this looks. All right, coming in closer, we do have the flat black plastic around the wheel arches to protect the paint from stones and whatnot. You got a little Santa Cruz truck sitting right here, which is a nice little Easter egg on the trim. We are color matched on the side view mirror, LED turn signals, color matched on the front and rear door handle. The fuel filler cap is on the left side. Up top, we have a color matched shark fin antenna and a standard sunroof. All right, we're at the back end of this Santa Cruz, and we have LED taillights. However, we do have standard turn signals. We have that H-Track 2.5 turbo badge on the back, meaning the all-wheel drive. We have that Santa Cruz name stamped into the tailgate in body color, which I think looks really good, really classic, and great design. Flat black on the bumper, and we do have the towing capability on this Santa Cruz. And the towing capability, this can tow up to 5,000 pounds. All right, we are under the hood of this 2023 Santa Cruz, and we're looking at a 2.5 liter turbocharged inline four-cylinder engine making 277 horsepower, 311 pound-feet of torque. This engine is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. MPGs 19 in the city, 27 on the highway, 22 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. All right, we are inside this 2023 Hyundai Santa Cruz SEL Premium all-wheel drive pickup truck. Before we get started with the interior review, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much does this cost? Well, MSRP for this Santa Cruz, the way it is optioned, you're looking at a cost of $39,645. So let's check out the interior. All right, starting with the footbox, we have a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. Carpeted floor mats are in the back. Seats, we have power seat for the driver, manual adjustment seat for the front passenger. Gray cloth interior, looking nice. Fairly plain, but not too crazy, but for a pickup truck type vehicle, it makes a lot of sense. All right, door panels, we have some soft touch up top, and then we have this gloss black with silver trim that runs around the door and then keeps going along the dash all the way to the infotainment system. I like that design. I think it looks really cool. We have flat black on the switchgear. We have a nice soft door armrest and brushed aluminum in the door handle. I think it looks good. As we come over to the dash, again, that same design runs across, soft touch up top, some more soft touch material here, and then the glove box is nice and large. All right, infotainment system time. We have our four-way hazard, some heat and air vents on top. Then we have the 10.25-inch Hyundai infotainment system. Touchscreen, nice and smooth. Dual panel action, nice and smooth. Wired Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, driver profiles, the whole 9 yards. Moving down, we have dual climate, which is a nice touch. And then you have your buttons here for your media and radio setup, as well as the map and the navigation. As we come further down, underneath here, we do have a couple of USB-A's and a 12-volt and a wireless charging pad right there. So that's a nice touch. Here is the gear shift to go through this 8-speed automatic, but to be more specific, it is an 8-speed wet dual clutch transmission. We come here to the Hyundai key fob, nice key fob. We have lock, unlock, let down the tailgate, panic button, remote start, nice weight, nice and solid, looks good. 2 cup holders. We come down further, we have our center diff lock, auto brake hold, hill descent control, parking camera button, as well as our drive modes, which we'll show you when we go through the dash. And then we have 3-stage heated seats for both the driver and front passenger, which is a nice touch. Speaking of the backup camera, we put this thing in reverse, and we have a nice backup camera right here with trajectory, nice and clear. No 360-degree cameras in this Santa Cruz, but it's a really nice backup camera. Center armrest, a little hard. We open it on up, and we have a nice area for storage. All right, the Santa Cruz steering wheel, nice leather wrap steering wheel, nice 10 and 2 notches. Hyundai badge in the middle. We got some silver trim around the horn button, which makes it look nice. Some silver trim around the wheel, which lifts it a bit, which I like. We do have some gloss black on the switchgear on the steering wheel. On the left side, we have our telephone and voice commands. On the right side, we have our adaptive cruise control and safety suite controls. We do have paddles to go up and down this 8-speed wet dual clutch transmission. On the left stalk, we have our controls for our headlights. And on the right side, we have our controls for our windshield wipers. And then on down here on the bottom left, bright and dim the dash, turn on the bed light in the truck, on the back of the truck, and then our traction control off. As we move up to this 10.25-inch digital dash, which I really like. This is what it looks like. Now, as we go through our drive modes, here we go. We have snow mode down below, normal up top, and then we have sport. Everything goes red. I think that looks really cool. You rev it up, and that red follows the tack on up. Looks really, really cool. Then we have smart, and then back to snow, and then up to normal. But for this drive today, we're going to leave it in sport. But what I don't see is an eco mode, which is interesting. All right, overhead console action. Here we go. We have our sunroof control right in the middle. If you leave this button on the right pushed in, then when you open the door, the LED lighting will come on, and when you close the door, the LED lighting will go off. Here's our SOS, and here's our Hyundai Connect. So we're all set right here. We move to our visor. Nice visor. We got the vanity mirror. We open it up, and it does slide back to cover the entire driver's side window in case we got sun coming in the side. Nice. All right, back seat time in this Santa Cruz, and I thought it would be tighter back here, but I'm pleasantly surprised The seat is set for my driving position. My knees are kind of scraping up against the back of the seat, but it still feels comfortable, even though it's pretty tight at 5'11". I got plenty of headroom, plenty of shoulder width room. We have that nice design cohesion in the back. The only thing we're missing is the gloss black trim that comes across the top of the front doors with the silver trim around the edges isn't continued back here. Instead, we have this flat black trim that comes across the back doors. So that kind of, I would have liked to see them continue that nice gloss black with the silver trim border through here rather than going with just flat black. We do have a fairly hard armrest though on the back door. It doesn't look like it has any padding on it at all. Brushed aluminum door handle, and we have our flat black on our controls. All right, the center console for rear seat passengers is empty. There's no heat and air vents. There's no USBs or any kind of connectivity. No 12 volt, no home power source back here. No nothing. We do have seat pockets behind each seat for the rear seat passengers. We don't have an armrest, so the cup holders you'll need to use are in each door, one on each side. So pretty Spartan here in the second row of the Santa Cruz. Would have liked to seen them at least put some USBs here in the back for the rear seat passengers. That would have been nice, rather than having nothing and having you, the rear seat passenger, to have to run your wire all the way up to the front dash in front of the gear shift. That's kind of a long stretch. All right, so we're at the back of the tailgate of this little Santa Cruz pickup truck, and let's take a look at this payload capacity and size of this bed. Payload capacity before we open her on up is 1,606 pounds, and the bed is about a 4-foot bed, so it's fairly small. But to open up the tailgate, you can come right to the back here underneath this Hyundai handle, pop it, and it'll go down on its own very nicely. It also has an electric feature to lower the tailgate from the inside of the truck. And then we also have this nice cover, which you just move this handle forward and this thing will just move right up for you. And here is the bed of this pickup. Again, about 4 foot in length. We have the all-weather mat here for the Santa Cruz. We do have some lighting back here for you right here. We have tie downs on either side, which is very, very nice. So overall, and we have more tie downs here as we look all the way through the other end of the bed. So overall, it is a nice package back here. The one thing I'm missing that I don't see is any power outlets back here. It looks like we are missing those. Would be nice to have maybe a home power plug-in or at least a 12 volt here in the back of the Santa Cruz. But for a small pickup truck, it is very versatile and you can fit a lot of stuff in here. All right, here is the window sticker of this 2023 Santa Cruz SEL Premium all-wheel drive. So feel free to pause the video, zoom in, see everything that's included inside this Santa Cruz. And now, let's take it out for a spin. All right, we are inside this Santa Cruz, gonna take it for a spin. And I came way to the back of the dealer lot here in the back 40 where they have all the cars that are busted up and needing auto body repair. Parking lot's pretty bumpy and got some gnarly potholes in it, so I figured it'd be a good demonstration of how this is going to look going over some rough terrain. So we're going to get started nice and slow as we head out, but we're going to try to slowly hit the pothole here and just see how nicely the suspension and the tire width goes over that. No problem, nice and smooth too, well damped. We're going to hit some more ruts, and again, it does a nice job navigating those kind of holes. So if you're going on a trail or off-roading, it's going to feel pretty good, and it feels very stable with the suspension damped very, very nicely. And these big sidewall tires are going to soak up a lot of those bumps too, which is a nice feeling. in the Santa Cruz. It feels really solid. All right, so now we're gonna pop out on the main drag here, try to get off this and get to some more open roads. But the first thing I noticed when I got in here was how solid the cab of this pickup truck feels. It feels really good. Everything is tight and right. There's no creaks or rattles anywhere. Everything is really easy to get to. The climate control, piece of cake. Anything I want to do on the dash, no problem getting to that. It is really, really well designed and really quite intuitive, I would say, in how you can get around this Santa Cruz's dash. The other thing that I really, really am impressed with is the comfort of these seats. These are this cloth material seat, and they feel really, really comfortable. And I like the fact that we have the heated seats as well, which is nice. Would be nice in the Northeast to have a heated steering wheel, but I know that's probably asking for a little bit too much. In this SEL premium trim, you'd have to bump it up a little bit higher to get those extra features. But at $39,600, that's an expensive proposition for a Santa Cruz, which is basically, from what I can tell, it's a Tucson SUV with a bed on it. Years ago, I remember years ago when Ford tried doing that with the Explorer and making the Explorer into an Explorer pickup, and that went nowhere. Santa Cruz has been well received overall, I think, by the community because it sells well. And obviously this is the only Santa Cruz that the dealership has on their lot, so there's people still like them, and I think they just look different. I think that is the greatest thing going for this. Number one, it's well designed. Number two, it looks good. And number three, it's versatile, because with the cover on the back of the bed, you don't have to worry about things in the back getting wet in the rain or all that other good stuff. It'll cover everything up for you. You get the versatility of a pickup, so if you need to pick up some mulch or pick up some beauty bark in the spring to put in your bed of your garden, no problem. You can just shove it right in there, and then you can sweep it out when you're done. If you had an SUV, you couldn't do that. And you get a really nice car-like ride rather than a rough pickup truck ride. So I think that is a bonus as well. So this Santa Cruz has a lot going for it for its price, but that's up to what you guys think. What do you think about this price of $39,645 for this Santa Cruz? That seems like a high price to me, because obviously the competition right now for this truck is the Maverick, which you can buy a entry-level spec Maverick for 20 grand. If you spec up a Maverick to where this one is, you're looking at 37, 38 grand for a heavily optioned Maverick. So now you're in the same ballpark as this Santa Cruz. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get my hands on a 23 Maverick or even a 22 Maverick because Ford's so far behind in delivering those orders. None of the dealers, whenever a dealer gets one in, it's already been ordered and pre-sold, so you can't even get near them. The Santa Cruz, I got lucky. I was able to get this one on the lot today and film it before it gets sold. But let me know what you think about the differences. If you've been in a Maverick, please let me know, because I haven't been in one yet. So this is my first foray into a SUV-based, car-based truck like this Santa Cruz. But I really I really like it. I wish they had some more action going in the back. I don't, you know, it's a crew cab form only for the Santa Cruz. I don't know how many people, if you're going to have many people in the back seats, but it would be nice to have a couple of plug-ins for people in their phones in the back, at least, and a couple of heat and air vents would be nice. I would like to see either one of those. But that's really all the criticism I have. This drives so nicely. So I have nobody behind me, and now I do. So I'm going to pull over and let this guy pass me so I can do a acceleration and braking test in the Santa Cruz. So now we're going to get it up to speed. The speed limit on the road is about 40. So here we go. Emergency brake. Beautiful. Acceleration. Nice. Nice. A little bit on the, you know, wispy side with this 2.5 liter, but once you get up to speed, everything calms down, can't hear the engine again. And I like that, right? I don't want to always, for me, I don't want to always hear the engine running. You know, when I'm up to speed and I'm cruising and we're in a higher gear and everything calms down, I don't want to be able to hear an engine drone. You don't hear that in here, which I think is great, especially for a four-cylinder turbocharged engine. It's very quiet. I'm not getting a lot of road noise. I'm not getting a lot of wind noise, even though I'm up a little bit higher. So it's really well put together. And I really have enjoyed this drive in the Santa Cruz today. We're going to do one more stop. Nice. Take off. All right. A little jerky out of first and second, but not the end of the world. Smooths right out once you get into third. If you don't put your foot down too hard, you're probably not even going to feel that anyway. So I think it's a great option. I think this is a great option if you're in the market for a versatile part SUV, part pickup, part car in this Santa Cruz. I want to thank Hyundai of Trenton for allowing the channel access to this Santa Cruz this morning. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.